Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, the part 13 of Final Fantasy XIII. Yes. Get it out of your system.
Chapter 5, Operation Nora.
So yeah, we're almost...
Stuff we already know.
Chapter 5,
So,
from this point on, the
Wait,
game's pacing gets better. From now on, the chapters don't last as long as Chapter 3 and 4 did.
Wait, hold on. This place is called the Gapra Whitewood.
We already established that last part.
Yeah.
Jova.
Well, no, but I mean, wouldn't that make more sense for it to be a forest as opposed to a zoo with that sort of name, or a park?
Jova, you're asking a Motomo Toriyama game to make sense. Like, it's just... No.
Preposterous.
It's such a weird thing, because from what we can tell, Motoru Toriyama can sometimes write romance. I mean, apparently he was the one in charge of writing all the romance scenes, but...
No,
well, it's like this. Apparently, he was the one in charge of writing all the
honestly,
romance
Jova,
scenes.
honestly, Jova, I never bought into the romance between Cloud and Aerith, honestly.
True. Neither did I. In fact, come to think of it, they have more chemistry in Kingdom Hearts than they do in
Not to mention Jova, back in Final Fantasy VII, Toriyama had Sakaguchi over him, making sure he didn't fuck things up. So don't give him all. Don't give him
Why
all
did
the.
he leave him alone?
Sakaguchi founded his own company. He made games like Blue Dragon.
Basically, Shiro, he pulled a Yuji Naka. That's all you need to know.
So he ran at the worst possible moment.
No, not really. He ran because he felt guilty about the spirits within and founded his own company, which I don't remember how it's called. He made a couple of games like Blue Dragon and more recently The Last Story.
He did Blue Dragon.
I hate that game. It's so boring.
Yeah, I heard people not really liking it, even though I actually haven't played it.
You know what's sad about Blue Dragon? It's a game made by key members of the Chrono Trigger team, with character design by Akira Toriyama, with music by Nobuo Uematsu.
Wow. Wait. Akira Toriyama is involved in something that got that bad? Dang.
No. Written and directed by Hironobu Sakaguchi. Sounds like a recipe. Sounds like a recipe for an amazing game. How could the results be anything? What?
Okay, yeah, I have to wonder. Even I know those people all by memorization. How do you... It sounds like a dream team for a game like that.
It does. Trust me, Jova. I was actually planning on getting a 360 exclusively for that game, because that game felt like it was going to be the true successor to Final Fantasy IX that we never got. But no, what we got was an incredibly generic and shallow, boring story, gameplay that is tripe and not at all fun. Like, it's basically the same battle system as...
Isn't it technically a licensed game?
No, Teo. The game came.
You know what? I never.
Okay, no, Teo. The game came first, then the anime came.
I never bought into that whole licensed games that are doomed to be bad anyway.
No, it's not a licensed game. The game came first and anime came after. Teo was...
Oh, I know. I'm just saying it's like, well, I don't really like that whole, just because it's a licensed game, obviously it's going to be bad.
There are good licensed games. Nobody's saying that. There are good. I've played good
I was saying because if it was the case of a licensed game, maybe the original, responsible for the anime could have imposed constriction, and that would explain the points.
You know what? You want to talk about good?
That is a conspiracy.
You want to talk about licensed games doing something good? The Matrix Path of Neo.
So far, the secret proof, I know.
The Lego games.
The ending to Matrix Path of Neo actually had a better ending than the actual ending from Matrix Revolutions. Believe it or not. Even Doug mentioned it on his Matrix Revolutions review.
Cool. No, I think he only mentioned that as a better climax, not the ending.
Cool, we're fighting motorcycles.
Yes, that's right. In this world, there are
It's safe to assume they have a pilot.
This reminds me, I've recently been rewatching Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds, and yeah, it's actually a pretty good show.
Actually, Teo, look at the name of the monster, Milva's Velocycle. So as far as I can tell, this is an actual motorcycle that came to life for some reason.
Oh.
Well, Jova, to answer you, aside from the whole motorcycle thing, what I didn't like about 5Ds, it was, abusing the synchro monsters, because I never really got into them.
Well, yeah, Tio, that is kind of a thing. It's like, apparently, by each new card game show, there's a new card introduced to the game.
I
So
know,
they
but
tend to use those,
why are you
right?
making so emphasis about, the synchro monsters, and why not, valorizing underrated cards like ritual monsters?
Well, I think it was like at the time people saw ritual monsters as outdated, which I do not condone because Blackluster Soldier is still very useful. Thank you very much.
By the way, I really hate fighting motorcycles in this game because one, they have way too much HP and the battles are even more drawn out than usual battles, and second, there's gonna be a motorcycle monster later on in the game where we're playing as Snow and Hope. That's fucking cheap. It has a fucking cheap attack as all hell. I'm pretty sure Taylor remembers that.
Oh yeah, I remember.
So, Pedro, it's something that you don't beat by just mashing X.
Jova. Like, how many times do I have to say this?
I'm just saying, Pedro, when you say words like cheap, it seems to imply that there's actually some form of challenge and the possibility
but basically, Joe,
okay,
fine. Basically, Jova, I have to do it by
the dangerous things, Pedro. I don't have to kill you now.
No, Jova. See, what I have to do is switch to a paradigm that has the Sentinel, which is basically the tank, the damage spam thing, the absorb damage thing. For Snow, and just mash X so I can use Steel Guard over and over and over. See? So, what I do for that battle is I press L1, then I mash X again. Complexity, I guess.
It's not really... I mean, seriously, you know what's really bad is, I'd understand if, you had absolutely only one character with you. That would sort of justify this switching classes thing, but you have multiple characters on your team still.
Actually, Jova, Lightning Returns... Jova, Lightning Returns does pretty much what you're talking about. It's only one character, you're only playing as Lightning, and the battle system in that game is actually very good. It's the saving grace of Lightning Returns.
Hey, well, we're not talking about that game right now. Here, it doesn't make any sense because you still have multiple characters on your team. I mean, doesn't that sort of take the whole fun out of strategizing with multiple members, trying to put them each to their best use?
Of course it does.
Oh god, is this boss?
A turnip?
You have to understand, Joe, that Toriyama has this unique gift of taking away the fun factor from things that should be fun by default.
I wouldn't necessarily call it a gift because it doesn't really take that much skill to put in an auto battle thing.
Okay, I don't know you,
God,
Pedro, but I hate this boss.
Hold on. Let Teo speak. Okay, so Teo, do you have a problem with this boss?
A lot, because it serves to test your skill quote unquote with switching roles at the proper time. The thing is, the first time he wrecked completely at me, especially with this attack.
Okay.
And not to mention he has a shitload of HP, so it's really it really takes time.
In that case, allow me to. For now, right now, I'm just switching to Lightning.
Just look already. You're maxed out, and you have trouble with it.
Well, the reason for that is because I didn't start out playing like I should, but I'm about to heal up. So hold on. What is it, Jova?
You said that you didn't start out playing as you should, so what sort of class should you have started with for this one?
Basically, right now I'm not doing exactly what the game expects. The thing about this game, Jova, is that this game, you have to play the game the exact way that the game wants you to play it. Like, you can actually have the freedom... Okay, so basically, the key to this battle is pretty much the same thing. Just buff up your characters and then spam attacks. That's what I'm gonna do eventually.
Actually, I just realized a big problem with this game.
What?
The class names are way different from, the usual stuff that you see in a Final Fantasy game. I mean, where's the monk class? Where's the
The monk class is the commando.
I know.
The Sentinel. No, the Sentinel.
Oh, right. You're right.
I was talking about the names. It's like, well, these are different from what I've seen in Final Fantasy VII.
It's because actually, Jova,
Jova, trust me, it was intentional by the developers trying using different names because at least, I don't know in the other European language, but in the Italian translation, they even translated the magic name because usually in the other Final Fantasy they left the magic names as the English one, Fire, Fira,
Actually,
etc.
actually,
The thing is, in the Italian version they translated with Latin names, like Ignis for fire magic.
Now here's
Uldor
You
for
see what I'm doing right now,
castle
Teo?
magic,
Basically,
things like that.
basically, Teo. It goes back to what I keep saying. Just buff up your characters and then spam attacks. Now
here's what
that I'm buffed with
why-
protect, I'm safer. Anyway,
what?
actually, Jova, Teo has missed one point that Mars Girl did research and mentioned in her review. Basically, Jova, in the original Japanese version, they kept the original names like Fighter and shit. However, but the localization team tried to be fancy and clever, so they changed to these weird, cool names and shit.
It's confusing.
I hate it when they do that.
So yeah, Teo. We actually have to blame Square Enix USA on this for this one.
No, I know, but the European division kept going on that, at least for
Well,
my
I'm pretty sure they were told to do that.
Actually, Pedro, hold on.
I know.
Pedro. Actually, Pedro, I recall you telling me earlier that apparently this was also executive meddling. Like, apparently it was also the Japanese sort of gave the orders to, make this more for Americans. So
Basically, they try to erase any trace of Japanese culture from this game whatsoever by changing, like for example, the paradigm shit thing. Okay, in Japan it's actually called Optima change. Each paradigm is actually called an Optima, but in here they changed to a paradigm because it sounds cooler in English that way.
I get the feeling that this was actually, the main Japan-based Square's idea, and they were just foisting it off to Square Enix of Europe and America to do it. Mm-hmm. Because, because from what I've heard, apparently the executive thought to make this extremely Western, but this doesn't make sense. So I'm pretty sure
Teo, it's a matter of abusing the commando role. It's not really that difficult.
I know. I actually used it a lot of times.
But yeah, I'm pretty sure that.
But the thing is, about this boss, I wasn't prepared enough.
Okay. Whenever I play this game, I always grind until the level cap allows me to, so maybe that's why I have less trouble than some people do.
Now, let's see. I may not have played every single Final Fantasy game there is, but I'm pretty sure that, most, if not all, previous American Final Fantasies pretty much still kept the traditional class titles.
No, trust me, Joe, but you're right on the money. This was just the American localization team trying to be cool and hip.
But that doesn't even make sense. I mean, look,
even when he's dosing, he still lags.
I think this may be the first time I've ever seen this before from a localization team.
Yeah, what he said. Anyway.
No, Joe, I think we pulled this stuff already, not specifically with Final Fantasy, but in other things.
Well, the first time I've seen it.
All right.
It just shows it's such a rarity.
Anyway,
rarity
we've reached the. I think this is the end of chapter 5, if I'm not mistaken. It is.
Bad and it's a rarity. Doesn't that make it good?
So yeah.
God, and actual.
So yeah, chapter 5. Jova, remember how you were complaining about how chapter 3 was taking so long?
Again, this is supposed to be a reference.
Yeah.
Well, this chapter only took 2 parts, part 12 and part 14 now.
We'll stop in when we get there.
What's weird? The geography in this world is weird. One minute Crystal Island, Crystal Forest or whatever that place was, and now all of a sudden,
need to let him know what happened.
Valley Lake here?
I guess the people who made this game don't know basic geography.
Seriously, when you're super
hold on, Jova, you have to pay attention here. This is
coherent.
This is one of the dumbest. We're about to see one of
yeah, because we don't know that's where this is.
But Jova, we're about to see one of the dumbest CGI cutscenes in the entire game, and that's saying a lot because this game has plenty of dumb ones. But basically, we're gonna see a flashback with Snow and Sarah again. Yeah, because Jova loves those two so much, right?
Yeah.
All right, here we are. So this is the Pulse Falsi. This is Anima.
Okay.
My God, it's the Way of Silence in Falsi form.
It's Anima.
The heck
That's the Falsi. That is the Falsi that branded Sarah. And okay, so here's Snow's plan for how to figure out. Hold on, Jova. Remember the last cutscene where we were talking about how they were gonna try to figure her focus together? Well, here's Snow's plan. He's gonna use this flying motorcycle to dive straight into the Fal'Cie's lair so they can ask it.
You know, here's what I have to wonder. You know, if this society is so afraid of Fal'Cie, why the heck haven't they evacuated this village and, you know, keep people from getting branded by the Lefty right next door to them?
Because the Fal'Cie give them all the things they need. Air, food, all that shit. They don't know how to live without Fal'Cie.
Jova, I think the real question, Jova, is what is when terrifying is no, but
You see, okay. You see what I mean about these characters being fucking idiots? Yeah, let's dive straight into the lair of the giant monster. Yeah, sure, that's a good plan.
You know, another weird thing is like, okay, so you're telling me that the Fal'Cie provide for them.
Oh my god, tentacle hentai again! Or maybe water hentai? Is she being trapped by Aquaman?
And somehow this is going to end up taking her to Pulse.
Yeah, basically the next time he sees her, it's in that one moment where he first found her in the game. You know, the moment where she turned to crystal.
How does this end up taking her to Pulse? I don't get it.
I don't get it either, Joe. But like again, the plot of this game makes
No, because we're not on Pulse.
No. I know that too. I'm asking, how does this end up sending her to Pulse? You know, where he finds her?
No, it's Cocoon, Joe. You're confusing. But Pulse is the land below.
Because when we find her, we're not on Pulse.
We're still
basically Cocoon.
Jova.
Jova. The story is that the Sanctum basically extracted a piece of Earth from Cocoon, from Pulse.
Yeah, great plan, you idiot.
The problem, man. They found a Fal'Cie, a Pulse Fal'Cie in it.
Jova, for the last time, all you need to Jova, you're only going to see Pulse on screen by chapter 11. So basically, Jova, you're only going to see Pulse on screen in chapter 11. So just forget that Pulse exists for now. It doesn't really matter. This is all taking place in Cocoon, as far as you know.
Well, I am able to establish that the data log is useless at this point. Then.
Yeah, the problem with the data log does explain detail by detail how the lore and all the shit works. The problem is that it's so convoluted with so many stupid details that it's so easy to forget.
If the story was competent, you wouldn't need it.
Exactly.
It shouldn't be there.
I mean, this may be I don't think I've ever been this confused with a game's plot before.
So basically, Jova.
Now we're back with Sarah.
I understand having little bits.
Sazh and Vanille.
Okay, Jova. I'm actually gonna.
Wait, hold on. Sure, why don't you say something? What was that, Shiroi?
Shiroi?
I understand having little bits of information on enemies that you might come across because that's very common in video games. But to have everything laid out for you, there's no need for it if the game is actually competent.
Yeah.
The only place that really works is like a
You
text-based
don't
adventure. That's the only.
And not
place.
even a good one.
Mosquitoes the size of your fucking head.
So
Really?
where we headed?
No, I don't know. I'm just saying for being in a fucking jungle, Vanille is so
Again, this is gonna be a running gag. What's the plot? I don't know. What's the plot? I don't know. Like seriously. We're literally 13 parts into this game, and there's still no plot to speak of.
The flowers were poisonous.
What's our goal?
So careless.
What's our goal? What's the villain? Like, what are we even trying to accomplish exactly?
So when do we actually meet the villain?
Later on. Chapter 9, if I remember correctly.
Chapter 9? Isn't that a bit late?
Motomo Toriyama. Anyway, basically, Jova. So I just heard you say that you've never been confused by a plot before. So basically, Jova.
No. What I'm saying is I've never been this confused by a game's plot before.
Okay. So from that statement, allow me to ask you something. Because again, like I said, Spoonie actually said in his review that he truly believes that this is the worstly told story he's ever seen. So would you agree with that then?
Well, I'll have to admit, it's like...
What about Big Top?
No.
No.
Turnabout, at least in Turnabout Big Top, I know who I'm supposed to root for. I know what's the goal. Like, it's coherent at least. It's annoying, but it's at least coherent. This is just
everyone just exists.
It was like he'd forgotten.
Not to mention that
But I'm
Turnabout Big
still
Top
there.
still has several satisfying moments. I have yet to have any satisfying moments with this game for the most part.
yeah.
Okay,
I'm gonna
fair
have to agree. I'm gonna have to agree with Jova here.
wanna
now.
get
And now we command Vanille. Joyful.
Not.
Yay!
So yeah, we're now playing as the worst character in the game. Enjoy. And yes, Job, I know you hate lightning more,
Oh my
but
god, she's
wait,
moving your fucking
guys,
ear.
no, we're not. No, we're not. We're going now.
yes.
Yay!
We're spared until the next time.
Part.
So then, see you, ladies and gentlemen.